Hi everyone, good morning. Welcome to Conversations with MM. This is Marivir Montebuan here in New York. Hope everybody's doing well and enjoying the last few days of February. It's still Black History Month. We're celebrating and commemorating the cultures and contributions of our Black brothers and sisters here in the US. So, for this episode, we are going to be sporty. I will attempt to be sporty, but this is also challenging because it's combat. We're talking of combat contact sports, the really brisk one. It's practical, it's for self defense, and it's also a professional sports. I'm talking of the MMA or the mixed martial arts. And our guest this evening or this morning is somebody from Sacramento, and he is a professional MMA sports person, athlete. Is that athlete? And he's a father of two young, beautiful daughters. So I'm talking of no other than Mr. Talon Germain. Talon, welcome.
Thank you. Thank you so much for having me. I appreciate it. Thank
Oh,
you for
it's an honor to have you, and it's a challenge to ask about sports because, like, I'm not so much into sports journalism, so I
sure,
rarely
sure.
do it.
Yeah,
So,
well, it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be
it
fun. It's a
will be
learning curve
fun.
for both of us.
Yeah. So, educate us about Muay Thai. What is this kind of discipline in
Sure.
MMA?
So Muay Thai, also known as Thai boxing, a little bit of back history is so the root word Muay Thai,
Uh huh.
the word Muay actually means boxing in Thai.
I see.
So Thai boxing, so Muay Thai is literally Thai style boxing, like
I
we know
see.
boxing today. So
Now I.
the word Muay means boxing. Thai boxing. It's the Thai style of what we know as Western style boxing.
I see.
So yeah, Muay Thai encompasses. It's not just punches like Western style boxing is, but Muay
Mm-hmm.
Thai encompasses. It's also known as the art of eight limbs
Mm-hmm.
because you punch, you can use kicks, you use knees, and you use elbows.
Mm-hmm. So, how
So
long have
that's
you? How long have you trained to be a Muay Thai sports person?
I've been doing Muay Thai for about 15 years now.
15. So
15.
who inspired you to go into this kind of sports?
I think my first inspiration would have to definitely be first and foremost my mom and dad,
Uh-huh.
and I'll elaborate on both parties, but I'll start with my mom first.
Mm-hmm.
My mom was probably my biggest inspiration because she was always the support system
Mm-hmm.
for taking me to all my practices, to getting me to where I needed to go,
Nice.
to paying whatever gym fees needed to be paid.
Mm-hmm.
She was the one who kind of kept me afloat and allowed me to train from an early age because that was my outlet to get away from what was going on, and my family structure at the time.
Mm-hmm.
And I say my father because my father he has this unwavering work ethic,
Mm-hmm.
and as I've gotten older, noticing that work ethic is what pushes me to know that like all things are achievable,
Yeah.
and that if you put in the time and the work that you can create the reality that you see in your mind.
Mm-hmm.
And that dude just doesn't give up, and he's a machine, and that's
Mm-hmm.
had to be my other half of the inspiration. And then I can't last but not least, but my also my older brother Fritz.
Mm-hmm.
um Without him, I probably wouldn't be doing any of this because
Is he also a
him.
sports person?
Yeah, he was a boxer, and he was pretty much he was into martial arts. He played football and stuff like that when he was younger, but he started getting into like boxing and kickboxing when he was younger, and it kind of like so seeing him do it and like my generation watching all the old school movies like Kickboxer and Bloodsport and all that
Mm-hmm.
stuff, it was just kind of like written in destiny that I was supposed to be doing this because at a young age
Yeah.
watching those movies and seeing my brother doing it, I was like, I just thought it was so cool, and I wanted to be like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah. Amazing. So where were you born and grow up and learning all these sports and decided to be sporty?
So I was born in Vallejo, California.
Mm-hmm.
I grew up in a place called Fairfield, California.
Uh-huh.
Um, at a young age, I was already like really heavily into martial arts movies. I don't know why, but I loved martial arts movies. So
Mm-hmm.
All the Bruce Lee movies, all the Jean Claude
Really?
Van Damme movies. That was kind of I would like watch those over and over and over. And my brother, he finally started going to a school called American School of Kickboxing, ran by Stitch Duran,
Mm-hmm.
who's a cut man in the UFC and in the boxing world.
Mm-hmm.
But he had a small gym that was about like 5 minutes up the street from my house, and my brother started attending that gym,
Mm-hmm.
and I started attending that gym with my brother, and I guess that's where the seed planted
I see.
of like
So you had a role model.
yeah, very much so. Yeah, my brother.
So right now you are a family man, and
I
I
am a
know,
family man.
yeah, and it's interesting to know that you are married to a Filipina.
Yes, sir.
Her name
Oh, yes,
is
ma'am. I'm sorry. Yes, ma'am.
don't call me
Sorry about
ma'am.
that.
Yes, and so I'll show this picture. So your
Sure.
wife is Hylan Lee. Is
Yep.
that correct? Did I say that name
Yes.
right? So you
Yes,
have
that's
two
correct.
daughters,
Two daughters.
beautiful
Yes.
daughters, Yani, uh,
Yuna and Yuri.
Ayuna, and Yuri.
Yes.
Amazing. So how is that? I'll segue to you being a father first before we go back into
Oh
your
man,
being sports person. How is that managing all this universe, being a
you
dad?
know, it's uncharted waters for
It
sure.
is?
It's uncharted waters, but I think just having faith that it's all going to work out is kind of what because having kids, you've never had kids before. You've never been this
Yeah.
age. You've never been this age before. This is all of our first experience doing this stuff. So learning how to manage it all and
Mm-hmm.
do it in a healthy way so that everybody's cup is filled has been the area of focus, and I feel like that brings you to your ultimate like self, who you're supposed to be,
Uh-huh.
because now you're having to learn new skill sets, and you're having to make new neuron pathways in your mind to deal with problems, and
Right.
learning how to overcome those problems in a healthy way, so that at the end of the day your kids have a smile on their face,
Mm-hmm.
and they see that if you put your mind to it, it's going to get done, and everything is fixable and doable with love and respect, and taking your time, and actually thinking before you act, and
So it makes
just
you
being
mature.
yeah, it makes you be having my daughters has, I think, to simplify it, it's made me realize that we need to be present. Being
Mm-hmm.
present is the most important thing in this life, because tomorrow's never promised. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So taking each day and giving your 100% to that day,
Mm-hmm.
and to whatever like moment you're in, is
Mm-hmm.
what makes life fulfilled, because now you're putting your intention into your interactions and your relationships. You're putting much more, there's more intention involved when you're present and you're trying to do your best that day, and not worrying about the future, which isn't here yet, and not
Uh-huh.
worrying about the past, which is already gone. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, great. So that's amazing. So you have matured on that level as a person because when you become a parent, you actually do your best for your children, right? It's like a
100%.
natural motivation. So you,
100%.
yeah, I mean, you mentioned that having a good social environment is important as a sports person for your mental health, you
Yeah,
said.
very much
So
so.
that's a very encouraging information from you. So you make sure that there's harmony in the family.
You have to. You
Mm-hmm.
have to make sure that everybody's on the same page.
Mm-hmm.
You have to make sure that, again, everybody's cup is being filled,
Mm-hmm.
and not just your cup. And you also can't forget about yourself in the
Right,
process.
right.
You know, you have to figure out ways that are going to allow you to get the things done that you need to get done, and
Mm-hmm.
also be present and provide the love and support of your children, your partner,
Mm-hmm.
so that they are seen and heard and felt, and to make a routine of checking in with each other, make a routine of spending plenty of family time
Mm-hmm.
together, and make a
Mm-hmm.
routine of self-care, because it's
Right.
very easy to get lost in filling other people's cups and forgetting about yourself. And the
Mm-hmm.
thing is,
Yeah.
when you're doing that, you can't perform your best because you're not your best self.
Right, right.
So
Correct.
you have to take care of self first
Mm-hmm.
in order to be the best father, brother, nephew, son, partner that you
Mm-hmm.
can be. You know, so
Yeah.
that's, I think that's kind of like the place where I'm at, is like learning how to practice more self love.
Your partner, Hylan Lee, is that correct? Did I say it right?
Yes, yeah, that's it.
She's supportive. How to what extent is she supporting your sports?
Man, you know, I couldn't do it without her, because last year, I'm sorry,
Mm-hmm.
going on 2 years ago now, about 18 months ago, I had to go to Thailand and fight.
Okay.
And yeah, I went to Thailand for 3 months. I had three fights over there,
Mm-hmm.
and you know, it was really hard because I had to leave two young children with her,
Yeah.
for, you know, for her to look after and a household to look after. And she had a support system here,
Mm-hmm.
but the thing is, she did it without question, and she did an excellent job doing it.
Mm-hmm.
And she's able to be my rock. And you know, we have our disagreements and our indifferences, but at the end of the day, you know, she's
Mm-hmm.
there to do whatever it is she can
Mm-hmm.
to help make this thing a reality. Like, honestly, you know, I wouldn't be able to do it without her.
Amazing.
You know, and that's just the reality of it. So
Yeah,
yeah,
you need the wind beneath your wings, I guess.
yeah, one
That's what
hundred
you call
percent. You
it.
know, especially with the kids being involved. You know, like, it takes, you know, training takes a lot of time.
Mm-hmm.
It takes a lot of sacrifice, and
Right.
I think she's done a very you know, she's done a hell of a job picking up my slack. You know, because also you got to remember the financial part of it. You know, I don't work a regular 9 to 5, so
Yeah.
you know, it's been tough at times, but you know, all of that is just adding weapons to our arsenal on how to deal with problems that life may throw at us. And
Right.
it's building resilience, it's just you know, it's building character, being able
Right.
to do all this and do it in a healthy way where you know, you're still thriving, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So
So, I would move to your team, your sports team. So you have this is like a group effort. This is a team effort, right?
yeah,
So you
yes,
have a coach.
I do
Do
have
you
a
have
coach.
a nutritionist, and all that? Tell us about
So
it.
I have I have experts for
Mm.
very specific areas of my profession, if that makes sense.
Okay.
So I have a Muay Thai coach.
Muay
I
Thai
have,
coach, yeah.
yep, that's my Muay Thai coach that you saw right there, Sean
Uh-huh.
Douglas.
What is his name?
His name is Sean Douglas, and
Mm-hmm.
he's been living in Thailand for the last 26 years.
Oh.
Um, yeah, he's got 160 plus fights, fought in Lumpini Stadium.
Mm-hmm.
He's been my mentor for a good portion of my life. Um, he's the guy who's showed me Muay Thai. He's the guy who's allowed me to come to Thailand and fight over there and learn the culture, learn the language, learn
I see.
the, you know, he was the driving force behind me getting to Thailand. Him and Scott Howard, which I'll get to later.
So what does the coach actually do? Is it more physical, like your technique, or mental?
Yeah, I mean, the coach, first and foremost, he's teaching you how to fight. So fighting Muay Thai is very specific. So he's teaching me the skills of Muay Thai: stance,
I
rhythm,
see.
um, guard, defense, offense. He's teaching me
Mm,
the art of Muay Thai, and he's a master at it at this point. That's him right before my third fight out there.
mm-hmm.
But he's a master at it, and on top of that, a coach helps you see the potential that you may not see in yourself.
I see.
He helps you to push you to your potential that he knows you're able to reach.
Uh-huh.
And
So so who is this one?
that's Noi. That's actually my coach Sean's wife.
Oh,
Um,
okay.
she is, she's the reason why we can get around Thailand the way we can. She helps us. She helps us translate. She helps us do everything on the day-to-day basis in order to live and survive and thrive over there. In order to get from getting in the stadiums to
Mm-hmm.
figuring out places to eat and shop and buy the things we need to buy over there and just live a lifestyle of normality over there. You know,
Mm-hmm.
without her, it would be a million. It wouldn't be impossible, but it would be a hell of a lot harder for sure.
Oh, wow.
She
So
helps us. I'm sorry. Go
so
ahead.
I have a question, Talon, regarding your physical aspect. When you're into this MMA, you make sure you're eating the right food, right?
Yes, ma'am. You have to. That's the
Uh-huh.
first. I think that's the first and foremost important thing is.
So do you have a nutritionist, somebody who
I,
takes care of the aspect of food?
yes, I have somebody who guides me in
Mm-hmm.
in in making sure that I'm getting the right amounts of certain types of food because I follow a special diet. I'm plant based. I don't eat any meat or any animal products.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people call it vegan, but I think it's a little bit beyond vegan because some aspects of veganism is also unhealthy in itself. Like the whole eating fake meat and all that stuff is not great.
Mm-hmm.
It's probably worse for you, so to speak. So I follow the whole philosophy of whole foods, plant based. I eat of the earth. I eat every grain, every seed, fruit, vegetable. Eat like a rainbow.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, man, I think it's done wonders for my mind, for my body. I've never felt stronger, faster, sharper. I'm 17 years now fully vegan, and
So on the physical aspect, how often do you practice? Do you train every day?
6 days a week. Yeah,
6 days a week. So how long for one day?
Monday through Saturday. So a normal schedule for my day is 6 a.m. Well, it depends on if I'm in fight camp or if I'm just following my normal practice schedule.
Mm-hmm.
But a normal day is 8:30. We have wrestling practice.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it's not. It's wrestling drilling, kind of like a warm up. Nine
Mm-hmm.
thirty, we have bleeds into 9:30. We have MMA practice. My MMA practice ends around 12.
Mm-hmm.
I shower up, come home, eat, hang out with my kids,
Mm-hmm.
rest for a little bit, and then I usually have one of my specialty classes at night. So either my jujitsu class or my Muay Thai class in the evening
Mm-hmm.
time around 5 or 6. So
So you go.
I train
You.
2 to 3 times per day, every day. Um, Wrestling and MMA, my MMA stuff in the morning.
Uh-huh.
Midday, usually you have your strength and conditioning, which is just exactly what that is: strength and conditioning, like your sprints, your
Mm-hmm.
lifting, whatever. And then I have my specialty classes, which will be like jujitsu or Muay Thai or boxing classes in the evening.
I see. So Talon, who places you in certain fights? Is it your manager, your agent?
Well, it's Uriah Faber, and Scott Howard are the two guys that usually pick my fights for me.
Mm-hmm.
Uriah is very. I'm new to working with him on the fighting part of it.
Mm-hmm.
I just recently fought for him on his first promotion, but my coach and mentor Scott Howard is the guy who kind of has been guiding me through that aspect of it.
Sports is very expensive, I would say, because you
Totally.
need, doctors, you need to be pampered and given the
Yeah,
correct food and medical exams and all that. So
100%.
you
Yes.
need sponsors for this. And
Yes.
does the manager do that for you?
Yes. So I have two major sponsors. My first sponsor, who
Mm,
actually supports me financially, is Disciple MMA Academy out of Virginia.
mm,
And the owner of that is Scott Howard, my good friend, mentor, and coach, Scott Howard, who's I'm so thankful believes in me enough to support me
yeah,
financially.
right.
So
Oh my gosh.
he helps me cover my gym fees. He helps me pay for my grocery bills.
Mm-hmm,
He helps me. He helps me just kind of like take care of like the financial aspect of all the stuff that kind of goes into it.
mm-hmm,
My other major sponsor is this company right here, LiveCap. They're
uh-huh.
they're a probiotic company
Oh,
who
okay.
is who's making very big waves. They sponsor a lot of Olympic athletes. They sponsor a lot
Mm-hmm,
of professional football players that are in the NFL. They sponsor a lot of basketball teams in the NBA.
mm-hmm,
And now they're starting to kind of make their way into the Olympic. Well, they've already made their way actually into the Olympic portion of like the swim teams and guys that compete in the Tour de France.
mm-hmm,
So the owner of that is Dr. Yinka Davis. She's a gastroenterologist here in Sacramento, and
mm-hmm.
she came out with this product that's a probiotic, and it's done wonders for me as far as like my performance in the gym.
Nice.
And she's my other major sponsor who provides me with product that's quite expensive.
Uh-huh.
And my other sponsor, I guess I would like to say, is A1 Combat, Uriah Faber's fight promotion,
Mm-hmm,
because they take care of all of my doctor's exams,
mm-hmm,
my blood work, all that stuff. Like my last fight, I believe it was like $1,500 or $1,600 to get all my tests, my neuro scan, and all that stuff. And
mm-hmm.
they took care of that for me. And yeah, so I'm just blessed to have people in my corner that kind of believe in the vision and
Yeah.
that are kind of willing to do what they can and go above and beyond to support me on this. So, shout out to them for sure.
Of course. So what is your perspective and your the sponsors who believe you? Like, are you going to win the Olympics, or what is this? Like international championship? What's the direction of the sports?
Well, the goal, I guess, there is no I guess, but the goal is to make it to one of the bigger fight promotion that I seem to gravitate towards. I love the UFC, this
Uh-huh.
promotion here. A lot
Yeah.
of my friends are in the UFC, a lot of my training partners in the UFC.
Mm-hmm.
But I've spent so much time in Asia, and I feel like Asia is my second home. And the promotion there is the equivalent to UFC in Asia, but it's called One Championship.
Where is
One
it based?
Championship. Excuse me.
Where is it based? In Thailand?
So yeah,
In
it's One Championship. The owner, his name is Chaudhry. He's from Thailand. He's an old Thai boxer,
I see.
and he's the Dana White of Asia, basically. Dana White is
Mm-hmm.
the owner of UFC.
I see.
Yeah,
Wow.
he's the Dana White of Asia, basically.
Okay. Wow.
Yeah,
So the, of course you know Manny Pacquiao of the Philippines, right?
yeah,
Do
of
you
course, of course. He's one of my
look
idols.
at look up to him as as an inspiration of your
One hundred
technique and
percent.
all?
Yeah,
Uh-huh.
very much so. I love Manny Pacquiao. I've grown up watching him, especially growing up in uh, parts of Filipino households I've grown up in for a very long portion of my life and in my younger years. So Manny Pacquiao has always been an idol of mine.
Uh-huh.
Um, I consider him one of the greats. And he was the first fighter that I actually learned to weaponize your cardio from.
What does that
because
mean?
I what that means is Manny Pacquiao's output, his punching output
Mm-hmm.
is almost triple that of all of the opponents that he fights because his cardio is so strong that he can fight at
Mm-hmm.
100% for the whole entire fight.
Wow.
So his punching speed and the amount of punches that he throws is like out of this world compared to any of his opponents, and he was able to use his cardio as a weapon, and
Really?
that was part of my learning process. So I wanted to be able to drown people with my cardio by making
Question.
people tired, basically.
Question. Yeah, so if Pacquiao has a cardio power, is that natural or that's because he trained so much for it?
I you know having natural athleticism is a gift, but hard work beats talent when talent doesn't work hard, right?
Uh-huh.
So
Yes.
it doesn't matter how gifted you are. If you don't put in hard work, you're going to be surpassed by somebody who works harder than you. And
Right,
Manny
right.
Pacquiao's philosophy was to if he's fighting a 12-round boxing match, his
Mm-hmm.
philosophy was to spar 36 rounds. So
Okay.
he would train 3 times harder for his fights, to last for 3 boxing matches. So that way, when he fought his one boxing match, it was like a walk in the park. And
Really?
that's why his cardio and his fighting style was so successful. Because,
I see.
for most people, most opponents that are boxing, training for a fight, they box their 12 rounds, maybe 15 rounds. But Manny Pacquiao was boxing 3 times that amount. He was boxing 3 12-round fights for training. So when he got in the ring,
Mm-hmm.
he could punch you 100% of the time for as long as he wanted to and wouldn't get tired. And that's where he found his success in drowning his opponents with his cardio.
I see. So is that also a strategy created by the coach?
Um, every coach and every fighter develop their own strategy. I think that's more of a fighter's choice
Oh, I see.
to be able to want to put in the work to do that. But
Mm-hmm.
also, yes, the coaches are going to be like my coach Sean.
Mm-hmm.
He's the guy that pushes me to my limits that I don't know I have. He's the guy that makes me kick the extra kick that I didn't know I could kick.
I
He's the
see.
guy that makes me run the extra mile that I didn't think my body could run anymore, and I thought I was going to collapse and pass out or whatever. He's the guy that figures out and motivates you enough to do that. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. I
So
see.
yes, it's very much so a symbiotic relationship between coach and student to reach your potential for sure.
Okay. So how do you look at yourself in the next 5 years, Talon? What is your manifestation of your career?
I look at myself in the next 5 years winning world championship. I
Uh-huh.
look at myself in the next 5 years pretty much cementing my legacy of going and doing what I said I was going to do, whether or not I reached out the highest level of the sport. The
Uh-huh.
point is to follow through with your dream and do what you say you're going to do.
Mm-hmm.
So I see in my 5 year goal is to win a world championship and fight the biggest names that I can in order to be able to sit back and not have those what ifs questions
Mm-hmm.
pop up in my mind when I'm older. What if I would have tried? What if I would have fought? What if I
Right.
would have, if I didn't give it a shot? I don't want those questions to haunt me when I get older.
Mm-hmm.
So I want to eliminate that part of my mental space, by going and doing and showing up and also showing my daughters like I don't want to be the father that tells my daughters to go chase their dream and that they
Mm-hmm.
can they can do anything they put their mind to if I'm not leading by example. And I think
Mm-hmm.
this is my way of leading by example to show them that, you can do it if you try and you put your mind to it. And if,
Right.
and if it's for you, or if you wake up one day and say, hey, I did it, I tried it, and I know that it's maybe not for me, then that at least you answer the question and you don't have to worry about the what if aspect of it.
Yeah, no regrets.
Yeah, no regrets. They're very, very, very much so. Yes. I don't want to wake up with regrets one day thinking, damn, man, I should have gave that a better, I should have tried harder at that or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Well, all the best to you, and I hope
Thank
to
you.
see you in your future fights.
Thank you. I will definitely keep you
Yeah,
informed.
keep
I will
keep
send you.
keep on keeping on. It's
Yeah,
like,
very much so.
my I get scared looking at all these combat sports.
Sure.
Combat sports is so brutal, and I see Manny Pacquiao punching like he doesn't stop, and the guy is like really down. I'm like, stop
Yeah.
already! It's so
Yeah.
scary.
It's you definitely have to callous your mind to certain aspects of it, but I feel like it comes with the territory. It's as a warrior,
Yeah,
it's like Bushido code. You this is a warrior's mentality. Two people have agreed to do this. It's mutual
yeah,
combat, and at the end of the day, it's it's you versus you.
right.
It's you versus you.
Do
That's
you
really what it's about.
Are you going to support your daughter if they follow your footsteps?
100%. You
Okay, you
know,
said it.
yeah, 100%. What my job as a father is to provide the experiences
Mm-hmm.
and whatever she chooses to nurture that.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Yes. Yeah.
my job is to provide the experiences and allow her to choose in which path she wants to take and nurture her along that path. It's not my choice to make for her. It is my job to protect her, nurture her, and offer guidance for whatever path she chooses to follow.
Right. Right. Awesome.
That's my role as her father, to be here and to protect her through whatever journey she chooses.
Correct. So all the best again. Thank you so much for this lovely conversation. I learned a lot. So I hope to see you in Sacramento whenever I get the chance to be there. So all
I
the
will
best
definitely.
to the family, and keep on keeping on.
Thank you
So
so
thank
much. It was a
you,
pleasure talking
Talon.
to you. I appreciate it.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, Talon Germain, the
Thank you.
upcoming champion of MMA here in the
Let's
US. Awesome. So take care of yourselves, ladies and gentlemen, and take care of each other. See you again in one of our future episodes. God bless. Thanks, Talon.
Bye.
Bye bye for now.